Hey guys, my name's Dave and welcome to another Guitar Zero to Hero song tutorial. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to play God Only Knows by the Beach Boys. Now musically, this song is a masterpiece, but it is quite complex and there's a lot of inversions and unique chords within it. In this lesson, I'll try to break it down as simply as possible for you to play on the acoustic guitar. For our basics, we'll need our guitar in standard tuning and a capo on the 2nd fret of our guitar. Now, if you want to master your chords back to front, then be sure to head over to guitarzerotohero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. Or if you're fairly new to guitar and you're looking to build a strong, solid foundation, but you don't know where to start, then be sure to check out the Guitar Zero to Hero Premium course and membership, which gives you all the guidance to play with confidence. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. Let's jump into the lesson. Let's start off with the rhythm and my suggested strumming pattern for this song. And you could use this basically throughout the entire lesson. It's an 8th note strumming pattern with a swing feel. And it goes like this. Down, 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 up, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... As I mentioned before, this has a swing feel to it. So what that means is the down beats are held out a little bit longer than the up strokes. So listen to my counting. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Notice how those numbered beats, the down beats, are held longer than the up beats, which are fairly fast. In contrast, if it was straight timing, it would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and everything would be even. So again, with the strumming pattern, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. So just get that into your rhythm hand first. Now that is my suggested strumming pattern. Feel free to use whatever 8th note strumming pattern you like. It just needs to have that sort of swing feel to it and fit within the 8th note framework, and it should be okay. Now let's dive into the intro. There's 2 lines of chords here. We're going to start with the G chord, then we'll go to a D. Now from a G chord, the 4-finger G, we can just pivot around the ring finger, so keep it where it is and just move your D chord there like that. We go back to a G and another D. So the first line of chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. For the second line of chords, we have G and then D/F sharp. So from the G, keep your ring finger where it is, put your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 6th string and your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. We just want to focus on the top 4 or 5 strings here. The first string can just be muted, and that's our D/F sharp. Then we go to an E minor 7. So index and middle finger now go on the 2nd frets of the 5th and 4th string. Keep your ring finger again where it is. And that's our E minor 7. Now we're going to just strum that and hold it out for the full bar, because then we have a lick that's played right after it. Now this lick is quite simple. We're just going to be playing 2 strings here, the 3rd and 2nd string. On the 1 beat, we'll just hit the open 3rd and 2nd strings together. And then on the end beat after 2, there's going to be 3 plucks in a row. We'll start with the same open strings. And then with our ring and pinky finger, or you can use your middle and ring, it's completely up to you, hit the 2nd frets of those same strings. And then move it up 2 frets to the 3rd fret. So those 3 notes, and 3 and the lick in total. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and... So that's it for the second line of chords, which sounds like this. That's it for the intro in total, which will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next we get to verse number 1. Now there's 3 lines of chords here. We're going to start with a C chord. Play that for 1 strumming pattern, then an A minor. Then from an A minor, E minor. So I like to just keep my middle finger where it is and put that index finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string. And then an A chord. So you can play your A chord in a whole bunch of different ways. It's completely up to you. I'm going to be using my index, middle, and ring finger on the 2nd frets of the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string. So that's the first line of chords. For the second line of chords, we have D for 1 strumming pattern. then an A sharp diminished 7. So keep your ring finger where it is on that string, shift it down to the 2nd fret. Index will go on the 1st fret of the 5th string, middle on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. And we just want to focus on those middle 4 strings there. That's our A sharp diminished 7, back to a D, and then a B minor 6. So this is the same shape as an E7 chord, but we are just focusing on the middle 4 strings. There's no need to hit the 6th or 1st string. So that's our B minor 6. So the second line of chords. Then we have our third line of chords, which is G, then D slash F sharp, and then an E minor, all for one strumming pattern each, and then we have lick number 2. Lick number 2 has the same rhythm as lick number 1 in terms of timing, but we are just plucking different notes here. We're going to hit the open 4th string on the 1 beat, and then again we're going to pick it back up on the end beat after the 2 with another open string, then 2nd fret of the 4th string, and then 3rd fret. So those are the 3 notes. And the timing's the same as lick number 1, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and the third line of chords in total. That's it for verse 1 in total, which will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next we move to verse number 2, which is almost the same as verse number 1, just the lick at the end is different. Now we could call this lick at the end an instrumental break of sorts. There's just 2 bars of music that are repeated twice. Now for this lick we are breaking that swing feel. It kind of goes to straight feel here. We're going to get into this position, index finger burrowing across the 3rd frets of the 1st and 2nd string, and middle finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. We'll start on the 1 beat with the 3rd string. On the 2 beat, we'll hit the 1st and 2nd strings, and then apply a little bit of staccato. So what that means is that after you strike those strings, lift your fretting hand so that the notes don't ring out, like that. On the end beat after the 3, we'll hit it again, and then on the end beat after the 4, we'll hit the 3rd and 2nd strings. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and on the next bar, we'll take our ring and pinky fingers and put them on the 5th fret of the 3rd string and 6th fret of the 2nd string. And we'll hit that on the 1. And so far, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And then we'll end with a descending lick, which goes 3rd fret of the 1st, 6th fret of the 2nd, 4th, 3rd, and 5th fret of the 3rd string. And all together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So that's it for lick number 3. So in essence, verse number 2 is identical to verse number 1, just with a different lick at the end. Next we get to the bridge, which is 3 lines of chords. We're going to start with an F over C. So ring and pinky fingers on the 3rd frets of the 5th and 4th string, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd, and index finger on the 1st fret of the 1st string. So that's our F over C. There's no need to hit the 6th string, that can just be muted. Play that for 1 strumming pattern, then D minor 7. So keep your index and middle fingers where they are, but also bar your index finger across the 1st and 2nd strings. Strum from the 4th string onwards, then to an A minor and a D7. So first line of chords. Then for the second line of chords, it's G. Then we're going to play a D sharp diminished 7. So index and middle finger on the 1st fret of the 4th and 2nd string, and ring and pinky finger on the second frets of the 3rd and 1st string. So that's our D sharp diminished 7, back to a G, and then a C sharp minor 7 flat 5. It's the same shape as this D sharp diminished 7, but we just move it to the middle 4 strings, and we're going to start at the 4th fret here, but it's that same pattern. So that's our C sharp minor 7 flat 5, and the third and second line of chords. And the third line of chords is C, and G/B, which is the same as a G, except we don't hit our 6th string as the root. We just focus from the 5th string onwards. And then A minor for 1 bar. So that's it for the bridge, which sounds like this in total. Next is the third verse, which is almost identical to verse number 1 and 2, except at the very end there is no lick. After the E minor, we go back to a D/F sharp. So that is the only change there for the third verse, and if you want to see that in context, then go to the playthrough at the end of this lesson. Then we have the outro. Now, the outro in the studio recording just fades out. It's G, D/F sharp, E minor, and D/F sharp again and again until the song fades. But for this arrangement, I'm just going to play it through 3 times with the strumming pattern, and then I'm going to play G, hold it for a bar, D/F sharp, and then end the song on an E minor. So that's it for the outro. Again, if you want to see it, go to the playthrough at the end of this lesson. So those are all the parts for God Only Knows. Now again, some of these chord shapes have been simplified. In the actual recording, there's some complex inversions going on because the keys and the bass guitar are playing different things, which leads to really interesting chord shapes. But I've tried to keep it as simple as possible in this lesson whilst keeping the same sound and feel. So now I'll be doing a full playthrough of the song with a vocal track on top for some context. A big thanks to my friend Eric for lending his awesome vocals to this playthrough. Feel free to play this back as many times as you'd like to practice, play along to, and see how you go.
Stars above you, you never knew.
Thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this lesson, then I know you'll absolutely love these other lessons too. So hit the link here. Or if you want to grab a copy of my free guitar ebook, then head over to guitarzerotohero.com or click the link here. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.